Uh-oh, you know what that sound means. It means it's lunch talk time.
Welcome to the all-new Lunch Talk Show with Mike and Star Carter.
This show will discuss relationship, family, celebrity news, and much, much more.
So stay tuned, because you never know what the Lunch Talk crew is serving up every Friday. What's up, Lunch Talk family? What is up? We are back with an all-new Lunch Talk with Mike and Star. So how you doing today, Mr. Carter?
Oh, doing great. What's up, LT family?
All right. So we are coming back off of the holiday. Christmas was just this past Wednesday. So now we're in the Kwanzaa.
Oh, yeah. The second day, right?
Yep.
The second day.
Second day. So I cannot say what the K word is. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I don't want to mispronounce it, but I know today means self-determination.
Okay, yeah, because those words in that Kwanzaa, boy, it just, those days, yeah, it's sort of hard to pronounce a few of them.
I don't want to tear it up, so I just will tell you that what it means is self-determination. If y'all are not familiar with the 7 principles, the first one is unity. To strive for and to maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. The second day is self-determination. Define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. The third day is collective work and responsibility. Build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. Cooperative economics is number 4. Build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses and to profit from them together. Number 5 is purpose, to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Number 6 is creativity, to do always as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. And the last one, number 7, is faith, to believe with all our heart and our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders in the righteousness and victory of our struggle. So those are the 7 principles that represent each day. And
Kwanzaa, okay,
for Kwanzaa.
That is beautiful. That was a beautiful thought. You know, I know it started back in like 1960 something.
Yeah.
But the doctor that actually, implemented this new celebration, it was a beautiful thought. I mean, it was a beautiful, powerful thought. But I mean, take a look at us today.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to those 7 principles, we can't even live up to one of them. I mean, us as a people, it's sad to say, but it's the truth to say, because it is the truth. Those 7 principles are so powerful with we as a people. If we actually practice those principles, oh my goodness, the world would be our oyster, literally. I mean, it really would be. It really would be.
I agree. Especially that one that I just read, the one that says, if we build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. The collective work, that's number 3. And responsibility. Ain't nobody doing that.
They don't know their people very well, do they?
Yeah, somebody taking on somebody else's problems, as their problems as a community. If somebody is hurt, if somebody is about to be put out on the streets, their lights or something like that, that's not their problem. That's a community problem. We're supposed to get together and make sure that person is straight as a community.
Good luck with that. In the black community, good luck. Hey, I hate to say it though, but the Mexicans, well, I want to say the Mexicans, I'm sorry. Okay. The Hispanics. Okay, I'm sorry guys. Okay, the Hispanics. I got to give y'all props. Y'all practice that. Y'all should be doing Kwanzaa. I'm not trying to be funny, but those guys would live 12 to a 2-bedroom house. Everybody combining their money. They build in, because in our area, we got a little area now that was completely black owned and operated. It has turned into nothing but Hispanics. I mean, I'm not going to give the area, but Hispanics. They have taken over what was basically, black owned and operated, so the Kwanzaa principles go great with the Hispanics.
Especially number 4. Well,
yeah, with the Hispanics,
Indian culture.
Exactly.
Almost everybody but us.
But who it was meant for,
who
it was meant for, we can't do, like I said, we can't barely do one of the 7 principles. Yeah. It's sad. It is.
And then when they say number 4, the cooperative economics, build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses and the profit from them together. So that means we support each other in our endeavors.
I know.
So if you got somebody that's got their own store, you got somebody
exactly
whatever it is
that's where I was
doing,
finna go to. Yeah,
we're supposed to keep this in the community, but yet half the time we hating. We too busy hating.
Breaking in the store.
Breaking the store. My brother got his store broken at least
breaking
2 times.
I mean, that's why, I hate to say it for our people. They say this stuff about building in our communities, but who would take the risk and want to do that?
Yeah.
In our community, because we're so rough and we're so thuggish and just without morals and principles.
Yeah.
Instead of supporting the stores, because you have to go out of your community to another store.
Right.
It's beautiful to have a store in your community. You can walk to it. Instead of breaking into it, you should take advantage of the privilege. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we boy, woo, I love my people, but man, we screwed up in the head.
I think that was one of the main reasons why when they ride in West Baltimore about Freddie Gray, remember the guy that got killed on his way, he was locked up and it was all kind of strange things going on. Well, when they ride it, they broke into CVS's and stuff like that was in the neighborhoods, and that kept black people in that community, especially older black people that was not able to get on no bus or get a cab or something like that, from being able to get their prescription. So it's like whenever we do stuff that we supposed to be a good thing, it wind up turning out to be a bad thing.
It's
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying?
It's an ill thought out process.
Yeah, because we tearing out stuff in our own neighborhoods that's going to make it harder for us. It makes it harder for us.
And you're absolutely right. And the funny thing about it is, diverse a little bit. You get pissed off at the city, right? You get pissed off at the state. You get pissed off at whatever, an illegal action is just taking place, an unlawful act, right? Mm-hmm. You call yourself, we as a black people, call ourselves rioting. You're mad at the system, but you're destroying your community. Mm-hmm. You're not affecting the city that you're mad with.
Right.
I'm pissed off at the city, so I finna go burn down my neighborhood store. Really?
Yeah.
I finna go break in my neighbor's house.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
You pissed off at
the wrong people.
Boy, our people, boy.
Yeah.
Our people.
Like I said, your efforts of trying to, like you said, trying to show somebody else that it affects you, you wind up affecting yourself.
That's crazy. But anyway, guys, those are the 7 principles of Kwanzaa.
Yep, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. And anyway, if y'all want to check out what they are, you can go on our Facebook page, Lunch Talk Show. I'm gonna post them every day. And like I said, I cannot say the African terms for those different principles that I mentioned, but you're welcome to go on our page and take a look at them. It's a big deal. I think that's something that I wouldn't mind. I mean, it's too late now, but I think next year I would like to do that. I would like to get the whole candle set up and burn the 3 red, and the 3 green, and the 1 black in the middle. So what do you think, babe? You think that's something that you might be interested in doing next year?
Of course. I would love to.
Sound enthusiastic about it.
Big deal. I mean, yeah, because it's all about growth. It's about experiencing different things. Because I pretty much ran my course with the Christmas thing. I mean, just being honest.
Right.
The only reason I participated is because family. Because I really don't do the Christmas thing. This will be my first year not actually really doing it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But hey, the Kwanzaa thing would be cool. I think it'll be cool. Something different.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you are new to Lunch Talk with Micah Star, what we do is the first part of the show, we do what we call the interesting tidbit. That's kind of like our appetizer part of the show. So my husband kicks that part off. So what you got for us today, babe?
Okay, the interesting little tidbit for today is, why do we have leap year? And everybody knows that leap year is going to be next year, 2020. Mm-hmm. So, you might be asking yourself, why do we have this? Why do we have leap year? Okay, I've been doing a little research on leap year since we got one coming up. And I read an interesting article about, actually why do we have leap year? Okay. And the article reads as follows. A year on Earth, a full rotation around the sun is actually 365.25 days. So I bet a lot of people didn't know that. Actual, whole day, year is 365.25 days. So we need a leap year to correct the course. That extra 0.25 days requires a leap year once every 4 years. Adding an extra day keeps the calendar year in sync with the astronomical year. Of course, there's always an exception. Okay, leap year can be skipped if the year is divisible by 100, such as, for example, 17, 19, and so on. So if it's divisible by 100, we can skip that leap year and still coincide with the 0.25. That's why it's 4 to make a whole year, which is 366 days a year. Mm-hmm. We have the extra day during the leap year.
So the 0.25 come from the 31 days that is in some months that's not in all?
I didn't get into that, but I think that sounds logical. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the first leap year, well, not the first leap year, but the next leap year will begin on Wednesday, January 1st, 2020. Yep. That's the next leap year. So we got the leap year to keep the calendar year on track for that 0.25. That's why we actually have it. I know it sounds crazy because they were saying if the year is divisible by 100 or whatever. Yeah.
Glad I ain't the one that got to keep up with.
I know. I know. But, the leap year is kind of tricky. But yeah, guys, we got a leap year coming up in 2020.
Okay. Yeah. I had peeped that out because, normally like Christmas this year fell on a Wednesday, but next year it's going to fall on a Friday. Yeah, and the only way that'll happen is because of the leap year.
Yeah, you get that day. Yeah.
And I am so happy about that. I'll have me a long weekend. Yeah. Just to be off, even if we don't celebrate Christmas, just to be off, to be, exactly. Because Kwanzaa started on the 26th.
Yes.
So
yes.
I still be able to have that Friday off. So that'll be great. And so now we are about to move into the new year.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, 2020. So that's what I'm going to talk about, the soup salad, before we get into the main dish. The main dish topic is why do people stay in toxic relationships? That's the main dish topic. But for now, the soup and salad, we about to go into the new year. So I just want to ask you something, babe. Okay, so we about to go into our second year with Lunch Talk with Mike and Star, with Lunch Talk with the Carters. What have you think you've learned in this year, 2019? And is there anything that you would like to do different going into the new decade of 2020?
Well, differently. That's a good question. You kind of put me on the spot with that one.
Different soup salad.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, you have put me on the spot. She hung me out on that. Okay, I didn't have time to think about it.
So, what is there anything that you learned in 2019 that has changed your life for the better? And if there's anything that you would not like to, continue on in this new decade?
Okay, let me put it like this then. Okay, well, yes, it's a lot I've learned. For guys, our older listeners, that, I've said, a few shows back, it's been a while back, that, the spiritual walk that I'm on. And I'm very thankful for that because I've gained a lot of knowledge in the spiritual walk that I'm on now. And I think that I'm getting stronger and stronger, and I've learned how to control a lot of things a lot better. I've learned how to deal with situations on a different level. There's a lot of things that, I've learned that I don't practice, but, it's just good to learn it anyway, But I would say, yes, I would like to just get stronger in my knowledge, on my spiritual journey, and, just continue to, strengthen, personal relationships, marriage and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, I would say for me, 2020 is going to be all about making better. Mm-hmm. Okay, making better. Taking the things that I did learn or I failed at in 19. Mm-hmm. And in 20, I'm going to try to, well, I ain't going to say try. I'm going to make it better. You know what I mean? You know, when it comes to music, business, I mean, all of it, you know, everything. I'm just going to try to concentrate on it and take a very, you know, mindful set and just try to make everything better. Because 19, I've seen it on Facebook and I agree with it 100%. 19 was like a growth year, an informative year, you know, knowledge. And I saw it on Facebook. Somebody actually posted it. And I was like, a light bulb went off. I was like, yeah. It really was. So it wasn't just the lady on Facebook who posted it. You know, it's a learning year. Well, to me too, it was a learning year. In 19, I'm gonna implement what I've learned and you know, try to, like I said, just try to do better. Try to be a better, you know, like in everything. Like I said, from business to personal. I mean, from everything. Just try to be better at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just try to go forward. Yeah.
Okay, so I asked myself the same question, and I can honestly say that what I've learned in 2019 is that that I really and truly want to focus more on my family. You know, really want to focus in more on my family, spending more time with my brother, you know, my cousins and stuff that I don't see as often as I would like. And just strengthening those family bonds on my immediate family, on my, you know, family that I grew up with, you know, that I know. And I would also like to strengthen the bond more with on my grandma's side of the family that I really don't get to see that often as well. I would like to just get a more bond with my family. Because one thing I saw for Thanksgiving when I was with your family, I love how y'all bond, you know, at different sides, you know, different marriage sides and stuff like that. I just like how y'all all mesh, you know, and I wish that my family was that same way, you know, because here in Greenwood, I got two different sets of family. I got my grandma's family, which is the family I grew up with, and then I got my grandma's sister's family, which is the family that I saw, you know, just on the summer breaks when I was little. We used to come down here from Baltimore. But I would love to actually be able to, for all like one, you know, on one holiday we could spend time with your family and everybody come together, and on one holiday it just be one big family, you know, not just my grandma's side, but I like to be a part of my grandma's sister's side too, just so you can see my whole family, because I have a lot more family than what you've met. But you know, we just don't spend a lot of time together, and that's sad because a lot of times we don't get to see each other, and I don't want the next time I be around them is at a funeral. You know, something like that. That's
another thing. We as a black people, that's the main time we get together. I mean, it's sad to say, at a funeral. Yeah. You know, it's sad, but it's the truth.
And to be honest, that might be the last time I actually was with all my grandma's sister side of the family was when my grandma's sister passed away, which that's pretty bad. So, that's one thing I really would like to do. Also, what you said, I've learned a lot of stuff in my spiritual walk as well that I would like to implement in 2020 as well. So I do feel you when you say that. So yeah, I would like to implement some of the things that I've learned this year into my spiritual journey in 2020. Also, I learned to cherish, you know, the ones that you love and make sure that you strengthen those bonds, you know. And like you said, just be a better person as far as for yourself, for your relationships, not just your personal relationship, but business, like you said, all those different aspects of life. So I do feel you when you say that. That's kind of on the same lines that I'm thinking as well. And I just also want to accomplish some of the goals that I've kind of put on the back burner, you know, that I have not done. I got me a violin. I bought myself a violin for Christmas, so I want to really get into my violin lessons. So hopefully next time this year, I'm out of beginner.
Yes. It'll just take time, but yeah, you gotta do it. Yeah.
Be out of the beginning stage.
You were so excited when you got it. As long as you stay on it, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be great.
Yes, because I used to play when I was little, but of course that was like 30 years ago. So yeah, that's another thing that I hope that I can. Well, I can say hope. I will definitely get out the beginning stages, and hopefully I can. Not gonna say hopefully, I will advance at least to intermediate.
No, let's get the intermediate. But anyway, guys, that's our bougie side. playing a violin.
Yeah, that's my bougie
style. A violin.
Yeah, that's my bougie style.
Yeah, that's the bougie. That's the bougie.
Like, call me what you like. I don't care. I like it.
I'm just talking, guys. I'm just talking.
I like it. But yeah, and I like to finish some of my work in progress, some of my books that I've started that I've kind of put on the back burner. Not because I can't write them, just because of fear and a lot of other different things that I allowed to control me, procrastination, laziness, anything else you want to put out there, I've done it. And now I'm just ready to make some major moves, make some major things happen.
There it is. Yes, sir. That's it. That's the ultimate goal. Yeah.
Yep.
To make some major moves. I mean, we've made a lot of progress. We've made some moves, but we're talking about major moves.
Mm-hmm.
Major.
Make some major moves. Whether it's on a large scale or it could just be personal, as long as it's movement. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's movement, forward progress is what you're going for. You don't have to shoot for the moon, but guess what? If you miss the moon and you shoot for it, guess what? You're still gonna be amongst stars. You can just hold on one of them stars. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna shoot for the moon, but if I miss, I'm gonna hold on to one of them stars, right. And I'm gonna stay up there. Yeah, I'm gonna stay up there. That's so that's good. That's good. So that was the super salad for today. So you got anything else you want to add to the super salad before we move on to the main dish?
No, that'll do it.
All right, guys. So we're about to go into the main dish topic, and the main dish topic is, why do people stay in toxic relationships? So when we get back from this quick little short break, commercial break, we're going to talk about it. And please hit us up at lunchtalkshow@gmail.com if you got any questions or comments on this show topic today, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in to Lunch Talk with Mike and Star, a.k.a. Lunch Talk with the Carters. The Carters is coming up on 2 years with this podcasting thing, babe.
2 years. Boy, time rolling, but 2 years we've been out here shooting the breeze with y'all, cutting up, giving y'all some interesting topics, facts. I enjoyed it. It's been a wonderful ride. It's been a wonderful ride. So far. Just beginning, though. Just beginning.
January the 1st, 2020 will be our 2-year anniversary.
Yes.
So if y'all new, y'all need to go back into some of our older shows, because we got over 100 episodes now. So we just moving right along. Right along. Oh, yeah. So like I said, today's show topic for the main dish is, why do people stay in toxic relationships? So before I ask my wonderful husband over here his opinion on that, I want to first break down what the definition is on the internet of a toxic relationship. So what they say on hackspirit.com is, a toxic relationship is described in the name, a relationship that has gone sour. When a relationship becomes toxic, every interaction in a relationship can feel wrong or out of place, brimming with negative energy that makes both partners uncomfortable, angry, and disappointed. When a person is trapped in a toxic relationship, they can find it difficult, if not impossible, to pry themselves out without significant effort. There are a number of reasons for this, such as the relationship was once healthy and now unhappy, and a part of you still see it that way, even if most of it has become toxic. You do not want to believe that the person you love has become a source of negative energy for you. So my question to you, babe, is, with that being said, why do you think people stay in toxic relationship longer than, as our, quote unquote, expiration date?
Okay, let me take a deep breath on that one. Okay, first of all, the first word I would say crazy, retarded, low self-esteem. I would say their morals are just out there, on an emotional roller coaster, not sure of themselves. I mean, financial stability. And that was a valid point that the article made about, you seeing this person how they once were, and now they're changing on you, and you just don't want to let them go right now, because it's like, you can't, like the article said, you can't believe that the person you once loved is turning into this. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that one as well. But all the other ones, man, from low self-esteem to crazy, and I didn't mean to say the retarded word, but I was just being funny. But, I would say mostly low self-esteem, or I would say the one the article said, and I would say financial stability. That's what I would say. I would say those are the main three. That's what I would say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I would say those.
ThriveGlobal.com says that they have 7 signs that you are in a toxic relationship. So let's look at the 7 signs. Maybe you don't know you're in a toxic relationship, you know? Maybe you don't know it.
Maybe you know, but you just overlooking it. Right. Yeah, you know. Right. I think people know. I think they know.
It's kind of like the show that we did that you want to do about being manipulative in the relationship. I'm pretty sure those 6 tips that somebody that we gave out on the show that we discussed probably put some what they call it, light bulbs probably went off in somebody's head that they might not even realize it. So I feel like when we give people these tips that they might be like, yeah. You know,
my husband just did that last night.
Oh yeah, a sign. You know what I'm saying? So, and what is really funny, guys, is when you just Google toxic relationships, it's really bad that they even had one article that had 35 signs that you're in a toxic relationship, 33 signs that you're in a toxic relationship. And I was like, that show will run over. We'll be talking about 35 signs of toxic relationship for an hour and a half. So I was like, we just gonna stick to the 7. Okay. So the first one that I read was passive aggressive behavior. This is a sign. And what they mean by passive aggressive behavior on ThriveGlobal.com, it says if you can feel something is wrong, but when you ask what's going on, the other person says nothing, but then punishes you by giving you the silent treatment. That's passive aggression. One problem with it is that it doesn't leave much room for a resolution of the conflict. If you don't know what's wrong, you can't fix it. Passive aggressive behavior is often accompanied by gaslighting or making the other person think they're crazy for even bringing it up. If you constantly feel like there's something off, but when you try to talk to your partner about it, you get shut down, you may be in a toxic relationship.
Now that was interesting. Interesting.
That's why I say it might be those little ones you not even think about, you know.
Well, that don't mean you got to be toxic. That means that person right there could be on just out there way in left field about some of the stuff that they are thinking they are sensing, which may not be the case. So, I mean, that's interesting. I don't think I agree with that one. I don't think so. But, I mean, it could be. It could be. Yeah, I mean, it could.
I don't know if I'm saying this word right, but volatility, is that right? Volatility.
That's what it sounds like.
Volatility. Volatility.
Validity. Yeah. Okay, but anyway,
we'll go with it.
Yeah, go with that.
Number 2. So a relationship with extremely high highs, extremely low lows that tend to repeat as a high likelihood of being toxic. This is especially true if you find it hard to predict when your partner will be upset. Uncertainty, I can't say that word, has been demonstrated over and over to be very hard on not just human beings, but also on animals. Study after study shows that not knowing what's going to happen or how to avoid pain spikes your levels of the stress hormone. A healthy relationship includes conflict, of course, but not all the time and not at an acute degree. So if you got this high and low type of relationship, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I see where people are on, they be on social media. 1 minute they are so in love, and then the next minute they mad at each other. So it's like extreme highs and extreme lows.
Boy, I see a lot of that. Especially, it's funny that you said social media. Wow. It's a lot of that on social media. So y'all in toxic relationships. I hope y'all listening.
Yeah. So it's like you got these extreme highs going on and extreme lows. So number 3, jokes that aren't really jokes. Okay. So if your partner makes belittling comments about you, but then claim they were just joking, there's a problem. Emotional bullies not only drop subtle insults, but they often then try to make their victims look stupid or like they're overreacting. The way you can tell, a good joke will make you feel included. A toxic joke will make you feel small, angry, and powerless.
Wow, yeah, I see a lot of that though. I see a lot of that. Just different relationships, but I mostly see that. Yeah, I hate to say it again, with the ladies doing it to the guys. I mean, I see guys do it to the ladies too, but not so often. It seems like a female would try to belittle you, cause, she probably will put her hands on you, but she got a different way of trying to, stab you or hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Females have a tendency to, especially in an argument, they have a tendency, what I call him below the belt. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And when they do make a opinionated, gesture or whatever, it's always to your expense. Like, you're not as smart as they are, or they know something you don't know, or just degrading little things like you're not on their level, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I see, it happens with guys too. Guys do it to their wives and girlfriends, but I just see it mostly in the ladies, hitting below the belt and going on, things like that.
When I think about this one, about the jokes aren't really jokes, it make me think about. I look at Grey's Anatomy. It's like one of my favorite shows to watch. I've been binging it off Netflix. Where this guy, he brought his overweight wife into the emergency room because she had an eating disorder, but she wound up having this really large tumor in her belly, and so he kept making these. Like when they move the bed, he'll go beep, beep, wow. Beep, wow. Stuff like that.
A truck backing up.
Yeah, yeah. He was doing stuff like that. And, it was making her feel small, but it was, but she'd be like, oh, honey, don't say that. He'd be like, oh, I'm just joking with you. And it's kind of like when I hear this part where it says that a good joke would make you feel included, but a toxic joke would make you feel small, angry, and powerless. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you saying it's a joke, but really, you taking a dig at me, like he was doing with her. She said, well, they asked her, well, did you want some Jell-O? Are you hungry? Like, I'm not hungry. Well, you ain't hungry. Stuff like that. Wow. It's always 8 o'clock. Just stupid stuff. It's always 8 o'clock for her. She just taking this little digs, and it's like, oh, honey, I'm just playing with you, stuff like that. And in
that situation, yeah, he ain't playing.
Yeah, he just taking little jabs,
He throwing hints.
Yeah. And so, but he keeps saying it's a joke. And that's not a joke. That's not a joke. You're making this lady's self-esteem low. She already knows she's a big woman, and now she's got this tumor, and you just sitting there just making her feel even low because you keep cracking these not even funny jokes. Nobody's laughing. You're the only one laughing. You're the only one finding these funny. So I feel like that would be toxic.
Yeah, that's really toxic. Yeah, yes, that would be
absolutely, toxic. Absolutely. And like you said before, self-esteem. Her self-esteem is probably shot. And he's taking that to his advantage because he knows his lady's self-esteem shot. And you just putting her down. And it's like what they say when you kick a dog when it's already down. Mm-hmm. Not calling her a dog, but you know what I'm saying. Exactly. She already feeling bad about herself. Now on top of that, she got a tumor that could be cancer. And you just kicking her. No compassion.
All I can say on that one is wow.
Yeah.
That's a little toxic. Yeah. That's a little toxic.
Yeah. So if you know anybody that's like that, they might be in a toxic relationship. You guys might like crack jokes on stuff that is serious, that's a serious issue with you. Say you self-conscious about something and your mate is cracking a joke about it and trying to make it funny, even though the things that they're saying is belittling, might want to rethink that one. All right.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, walking on eggshells. Ever hide your phone because you're afraid of what your significant other is going to say about a text from someone else? Are you afraid of going out with people after work because he or she might get jealous? Healthy relationships are built on trust and open communication. If you often find yourself trying to predict what will make your partner angry, avoiding that, even if it doesn't always work, it could be a toxic situation. You don't do that kind of thing with your friends. Why is it okay with your significant other?
I think that's a very good point. Yeah, I've said that on several situations too. About that last part about they don't act that way around certain people. But when you get around your husband or wife, your whole attitude changes. You know, everybody looks at you, oh, this person right here is so sweet and all of this, because you don't act like that with them. Mm-hmm. But when you get to your significant other or something, oh my God, the demon or whoever finna come out now. But everybody else, oh yeah, he's just so wonderful. Okay then. Okay. Mm-hmm. All I can say on that one is okay then. Yeah, because you just don't know. But yeah, that right there is, yeah, it's
walking on eggshells.
Walking on eggshells, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's another good one. I would say, yeah, walking on eggshells. That can't be comfortable, you know. And yeah, a lot of relationships go through that. I think, especially when you know your partner got a short fuse, or if y'all are not clicking at that moment or something. I can see, you know, you walking on eggshells, and that can be extremely uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can see that as well.
Yeah, I've been in a relationship like that before, previously, with my ex. So I know exactly how it is to feel like you walking on eggshells, like nothing you do is good enough. You can't get home fast enough. I mean, you can't get to the store or back home fast enough, because it's just that, you know, feeling. You know, it ain't no great feeling to feel like you can't do nothing right. You know, if you stay out 5 minutes later than what they used to you staying, you cheating. You know, so eggshells is.
I know that's the worst. Yeah. That's the worst.
Yeah. So, all right, number 5, you feel like you have to ask permission. A mature adult relationship is comprised of 2 adults, and adults do not have to ask one another for permission. Yes, relationships require compromise, and you should consider your partner when making big life decisions, like whether to move across the country or switch jobs. But if you feel like you need permission to make plans with friends, or find yourself feeling uncomfortable about making simple choices without seeing if it's okay with your significant other, something may be wrong.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I do not agree with that one. They may have to throw that one out. What number is that? Number 5? Forget number 5, y'all.
You feel like you have to ask permission.
Forget number 5, y'all, because that right there, number 5, gonna screw up y'all relationship. Mm-hmm. You trying to tell me if I know that your friends are promiscuous, okay, they're single, and you're going to come and tell me, not ask, I mean, it ain't about asking, but you're going to come and tell me, I'm finna go out here and chill with these ladies for a little while. Really? Okay, first of all, you know these women, very promiscuous, out there doing God knows what, and they're single. What the devil y'all got in common? You know, I mean, they're going to be out there doing God knows what. And what if somebody sees this? You know what I'm saying? It may not even be nothing. You may not even be doing nothing. But what if somebody sees this? They out there with 2 guys or maybe 3, you know, buying them drinks or talking or whatever. Somebody, oh man, I seen your wife with 2 girls, and they had a couple of guys at the table. They were talking and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I hate to say it, it ain't about trust. That light bulb's going to go off. Like, what the F they were doing. You know what I'm saying? What she would do. You know what I'm saying? Guys don't even throw that trust crap in my face. Yeah, you can trust them. But if somebody come and tell you that right off the muscle, your mind is going to wander. Now, when you guys talk and discuss this, and yeah, it may go over then. You know what I mean? It may go over. But at that particular time, when you hear that, you're going to think something. So I don't think it's so much as getting permission. I think it's getting your mate's input on the situation, because I mean, would you want to do something to make your mate uncomfortable? That's like a guy going out with a bunch of guys that your wife or husband or whatever, your wife knows that these guys are a bunch of whores. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that lady's going to feel comfortable with that guy going out with them, her husband going out with them.
I'll be real. No, I wouldn't. Even if you do trust your own mate.
Exactly what I'm saying. It's not about trust. It's just that.
Yeah, you might still have some little apprehension.
Exactly.
About them being around them, just because you know that person.
Exactly. You know? Exactly.
Not naming any names, but you had a friend that I wouldn't. So, I mean, I liked him as a person. I thought he was, I like his personality. I think he's cool as a person. But his relationship, what they call it, ethics and morals, was not fond of that.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is a friend of his that's been a friend of his for a long time. Of course, I would never come between long-term friendships, but I was more happy when y'all did things at the house.
I agree. Like, I can feel that.
And like I said, not to say that you would do anything, even if because I trust you, but I just did not trust him to try not to respect you, respect, because he obviously didn't have no respect for the relationship that he was in at that particular time, and so I did not want him. Not saying that you weak-minded, that you don't got the sense to be like, hey, dude, you would do that anyway, but I'm just saying, like you said.
It's just
looks.
It just looks. What looks wrong? Because I say, somebody get the wrong idea outside looking in, that could go a million different ways.
Right.
And guys, like we say, it ain't all about trust. And guys, especially you ladies, I know y'all say I'm always on labor, but guys, ladies, y'all do this to work. Ain't nobody trying to control y'all. I mean, get off that. It's about respect. It's about respect. That's my point. It's about respect. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's about, you got to take in consideration how this is going to look. I don't care what nobody say. That's your problem. You don't care what nobody says. That's your problem. Y'all don't care nothing about y'all morality and y'all ethics. You don't care. That's the problem. You said it. You don't care what nobody thinks. You supposed to. A person's honor and integrity, their word and stuff, it should mean something. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's about, guys. That's what I'm saying. That number 5 gonna screw up your relationship. If y'all want to sit there and think it's about control and stuff like that, yeah, y'all in a toxic relationship. It ain't because of that. It's because you guys got the wrong misconception about respect and trust. I mean, it's about that. It's about respect. Y'all got the wrong concept about respect. Mm-hmm. I don't want my wife, girlfriend, or whoever going out there doing something that's going to make me uncomfortable just because she want to do it. Come on, man. I mean, then it's all about relationship. Okay, what kind of relationship is that? Mm-hmm. There's no relationship. You want to think about yourself. You ain't thinking about the other person. So just a little word to the wise. Counsel number 5. Counsel number 5.
I guess it could be like you don't want to be asked permission to go to the store.
I mean, no, not going to the store, but I mean, it's just about, but I would say still, you ain't asking them, but at least say, honey, I'm going to the store or whatever, I ain't got to tell you where I go or whatever. I mean, no, you don't. You don't have to. You know what I mean? But like I say, it's just about respect. It's the type of lady or person that you are, or a man too. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't change you, but, I think it's about respect. That's all. I
feel like you said, not telling somebody where you're going as far as, if you're in a committed relationship, especially a marriage, I would just be concerned that I don't know where you're at, and if something happened to you, I can't even say I knew where you were going. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I don't trust you, but just to say if something were to happen to you and you just up and walk out the door, get in your car and leave, and you don't be like, oh, hey, Star, I'm about to go to the store, or I'm about to go to the grocery store, I'm about to just go up the street. I don't know. But say if something happened to you and you be gone for more than an hour or 2 and I have no clue where you are, or even 3 hours, and I'm calling you, I don't, you're not picking up or something like that, then your mind gonna get to twirling, and it ain't gonna be always about cheating. It could be about, is he all right? Is he in the hospital? He's somewhere nobody don't know how to get in contact with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It could be stuff like that. So that really falls on the respect level, because just telling somebody where you at, just so if, for me to feel safe, and for me to know that you're safe. You know what I'm saying? I know things happen, but but on the respect level.
Yeah, in today's society though, babe, it is about cheating. It ain't about nobody checking on you, see how you doing. Ain't nobody trying to check, see how you doing. If you ain't answer that phone once or twice, you cheating. Ain't nobody thinking about you in no ditch on the side of the road. Ain't nobody thinking about that. You see why the nigga ain't answered his phone. Why he answered his phone? He can't answer his phone. So come on. So yeah, you try to dress it up. Ain't about no seeing how nobody doing. It's about, it's cheating. You cheat. You cheat.
I mean, I'm not,
if you don't believe, ladies, y'all know I'm telling the truth. If you call your man right now, he don't answer that phone first try, okay, y'all will give him that. The second and third try, that dude ain't answer that phone. sit there and tell a lie and say y'all don't want to say who he with, who that bitch he with.
Even if even if you ain't never had no reason.
They think that's the first time right there. It's always in their mind. They think that's the first time.
Do guys think that?
Guys, I would say yeah, but not more so as women, because guys, 9 times out of 10, if you to that point, you probably glad she gone. You ain't calling her. You trust me, guys, we don't do that often. Like call all the time or whatever. But women, y'all do that a lot more. If your man ain't at the house at a certain time, you call him. Guys will do it too. If you get too late. But if you an hour late or so, he ain't finna call you, trying to track you down or whatever. He ain't finna do that. But women, be 15 minutes late and see what's gonna happen. That phone finna get to ringing. And if you don't answer that phone or that third or fourth try, oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. You in for a treat. You in for a treat. I got you.
Yes, sir. So number 6, constant exhaustion. Trying to predict someone else's behavior or mood changes is tiring. Do it over and over for months or years and you will become exhausted. In healthy relationships, both partners feel normal and relaxed most of the time. In toxic ones, the good periods that were so common at the beginning start to be fewer and farther between and rarely last long. If you constantly feel drained and exhausted in your relationship, it's time to think about exiting because it might be toxic.
Now, I like that one too. Not saying nothing about the relationship, guys, so don't get your fellas in a ruffle, okay? It ain't about the relationship. But that's one of the things that I told you this year that I am so happy that I've been working on and I'm getting pretty good at. I let people be themselves. I'm not, because that article is right. It's too exhausting trying to get people to act a certain way or get people to act the way you think they should act, or they don't say the thing you want them to say, or they don't respond to a comment the way you want them to respond. The article is so right. It is so exhausting, guys. The best thing you can do is be in control of yourself. That's one of the best things that I came, to pass in my spiritual walk. Don't try to change nobody. Let people be themselves. I accept people for who they are now. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're a butthole, I'm gonna let you be one. I'm not finna try to change you or say, I wish you wouldn't say this or say that or whatever. It's up to me to respond how I want to respond. But getting you to respond the way I want you to respond, no. No, that I will never do that kind of crap again. And like I say, nothing about the relationship. It's just people in general. Mm-hmm. I have a tendency to want to do that with people in general, on the job or whatever, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I always try to coach them in doing what I think is right or the right response. So, you've said it several times. A lot of people say, oh, I wouldn't have said it like that, or I wouldn't say this, I wouldn't say that. I mean, who are you to tell them how to say what they want to say? Mm-hmm. They said it the way they want to say it, and you got to tell them you shouldn't have said it like that. Why? Because you said it? No. But anyway, I think I like that one. I like that number, 7?
That was 6.
Number 6. Oh, I like number 6. Guys is exhausted. Control you. Let everybody else be them and go with the flow. Simple. And if you can accept the flow, deal with it. If you can't, get out of it. It's just that simple. But don't try to change everybody, But if you can deal with it, deal with it. If you can't, leave. Nobody's making you deal with this person, right. Period.
That's right. Because you can only change yourself.
Exactly.
Can't change other people.
Exactly. Now I love number 6. That's a great one. I love number 6.
Number 7 is becoming isolated. Part of the problem with the exhaustion is your motivation level for seeing anyone else, including friends and family. If your partner discourages you from seeing those close to you, that's a major red flag. But the most insidious issue is when you yourself stop making an effort to see the people you love out of sheer exhaustion. The first step when it comes to getting out of a toxic relationship is admitting there's a problem. Be careful, take care of yourself, and get help if you need it.
I never had no experience with that one. I've been in a lot of toxic relationships. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot. I say about 2. And they've never tried to, get me not to, deal with my family or my friends or whatever, because they know that's a no anyway, because me and my family close, so whatever, so that ain't gonna happen. But no, I can't speak much on that one. I haven't experienced that one really. Somebody trying to, no, I don't know about that one.
We're just trying to make
it maybe
you
is
stay
toxic.
at home.
I would agree that it's toxic, but I can't actually speak on it because I've never.
I think a lot of people don't see that in relationship because it kind of fall underneath that controlling category too. I went through that with my ex. If I wanted to go to my homeboy, that's the house. You know, I'm sleeping with him now. So that made me not want to hang out with him as, you know, because I didn't want to start something. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the eggshell type deal. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I know that relationship was toxic. There was no way around it because it like hit all 7 of these. And so, you know, I mean, for real. And so it's stuff like that, and then I remember when I was younger and my mama, you know, not having any girlfriends at all or anybody other than me as her daughter to come to the house because my stepfather was abusive and he was one of those types too, that she didn't have a life outside of the house, but at work. My mom loved to work because when she was with him, that was her only outlet. That was her only time that she was with other people. And that's kind of sad. You think about it, it's really sad that some people have to go to work to escape their relationship.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
To interact with other people.
That's funny. I was in a relationship, my actual last relationship. It was a short relationship, but I don't like to call it that, but it is. It was a relationship. I used to couldn't wait to go to work. I used to work overtime. The boss loved me because, you know, anytime he needed somebody to work over or work on the weekends or whatever. Well, let me ask Michael. Oh, he's coming in. He's coming. And man, I loved it. I made a lot of money, and plus it was an outlet. Not for the fact that they were trying to keep me from my family and friends. It had the fact I didn't want to be around them. So it was toxic and I know it, but I got out of it. Let's just say 6 months, but I can feel that one. I can feel that. Yeah.
So, you know, it happens. So we can start wrapping up the show. Signs of a healthy relationship: compassion, respectfulness, freedom of thought, listening, security, caring, safety, mutual love, healthy disagreements, and sharing. Those are signs of healthy relationships. Do I need to repeat it?
Yeah, please do.
Healthy relationships consist of compassion, respectfulness, freedom of thought, listening, security, caring, safety, mutual love, healthy disagreements, and sharing. That's a sign of a healthy relationship by hackspirit.com. And here are signs of a toxic relationship: insecurity, jealousy, negativity, power abuse, distrust, demeaning attitudes, unnecessary comments, selfishness, demandingness, excessive criticism, self-centeredness. I say it again: toxic relationship, insecurity, jealousy, negativity, power abuse, distrust, demeaning attitudes, unnecessary comments, selfishness, demandingness, excessive criticism, and self-centeredness. So you got your healthy relationships, and then you got your toxic relationship verbs.
Mm-hmm. So guys, if you're experiencing any of those things on that toxic relationship, I just think you need to reevaluate and find out, you know, if these are deal breakers or whatever the case may be. You need to reevaluate, get out. Maybe, I can't say for everybody, because some people, you know, like we say, why do people stay in toxic relationships? That was the topic. So why are you staying? If any of these things are coming to pass, hey, you need to reevaluate.
Yeah, I mean, we about to go into a new year. When we come back with our next show, it will be the new year. So that's why we did the manipulative show, I felt like. And I feel like now we're doing the toxic relationship show. So these are things you need to be thinking about going into your new year, into your new decade. Is this something that you want to drag for another year?
Guys, think about it like this. You wasted 365.25 days. Okay.
0.25.
Now, do you want to waste another 365.25 days?
Yeah.
That's what you need to think about.
That's what you got to think about. That's a good tip, babe. That's a good tip. So, if y'all got any comments or questions or anything that you'd like to say about the show, please hit us up at lunchtalkshow@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. So when we talk to you again, when y'all listen to us again, we will be in 2020, most high willing, that's what we'll be at.
2020.
We'll be in 2020 celebrating our 2-year Lunch Talk with Mike and Star, Lunch Talk with the Carters anniversary of our podcast show that is on every major platform.
Y'all thought we were going to be off, didn't you? Ha, 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 ha. We still here.
We still here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in again. We appreciate all the love and support. You got anything else you want to say before we end it?
No, that'll be it.
All right. Thanks, babe. Well, y'all have a great and wonderful new year. We'll see you in 2020.
All right. Peace.